Hello people, my name is Silver Hunter from Dota 2 Portal, and I am here to say a few things about each and every Dota 2 role. Since we have already covered the most important roles in the game, supports, carries and junglers, it's time to cover the off-lane role. Remember that this show is aimed towards the beginners, though even the intermediate and advanced players can learn a thing or two. So let's begin.
The battle begins.
The most popular Dota strategy a few years ago was a basic 2-1-2 composition. Two heroes go to the top and bottom lanes, while having a solo hero on the mid lane. With the improvements of the jungle gold game, there were more and more heroes trying out their luck in the dangerous forests surrounding the lanes. By sending one hero to the jungle, or having a tri-lane in your team, a hero that would usually have a second hero supporting him in the lane would now have to go solo versus a dual lane, or even a tri-lane. These changes in the early game strategies called out for certain skills, and a few heroes answered the call. They developed the skills to survive the hostile solo environment. These heroes are now known as Offlaners, heroes that are not afraid to go solo versus two or more enemies. Most of the time, the offlane hero will head towards the top Radiant lane or the bot Dire lane. To survive the opposite dual or tri-lane, an offlane hero needs an escaping mechanism such as blink, invisibility, extra movement speed, higher armor and HP pool, or extra regeneration. Most of the time, these heroes will find no farm at all, since it's too dangerous to be close to the front. More often than not, offlaners will even have a hard time finding the necessary experience if they end up playing versus good opponents that will zone them out of the experience range. The trick to find at least some farm or experience is to make enemies unable to control the lane by blocking the pull camp with your wards. Since enemies will deal more damage to the lane than you, the lane will be pushed closer to your tower, where you will get a chance to get some farm and experience. And it will stay pushed, since enemy supports won't be able to pull the blocked neutral camp towards the incoming creep wave, and push the whole creep wave away from your own tower. Obviously, the second observer ward should be placed in the jungle near your lane, to see incoming ganks.
The battle begins.
The season arrives.
The conclusion is, block the pull camp and place the other ward to reveal the jungle near your lane. Play defensive and don't risk getting killed. Don't become restless if you find no farm or experience. It's not such a big deal. Ask for a gank if possible, and if not, do your best to find at least some farm or experience. Let's now cover the most popular off-lane heroes and tell something about their gameplay. Darkseer. His trick to surviving the off-lane is his Surge, a free haste spell. His Iron Shell spell is pretty irritating to the enemy melee heroes, so it's best if you can pick him in case you can send him versus an enemy melee carry. However, Iron Shell will be pushing the lane, so forget about being near your tower. With some luck, it will get you some farm, but will always be there to hurt the enemy heroes, making them weaker in case they decide to go for you. Weaver, a late game hard carry that has a great and cheap escaping mechanism. Even if he gets dusted, he will always have a maximum movement speed while being in Shikuchi, and will just run away from the danger. His double attack passive is a great tool for harassing. Keep an eye on your mana, and always make sure you have enough to escape. He can only be killed with a lot of disables, but to counter his early game survivability, he needs a lot of farm. Bounty Hunter, Clinks, and Broodmother are all heroes that use invisibility spells to escape possible danger. While Clinks and Brood have the bonus movement speed while being invisible, Bounty has none and is very vulnerable to dust ganks. Clinks and Brood have the extra speed, but even so, make sure to play a defensive game. Puck, Batrider, Queen of Pain, Timbersaw, Magnus, Mirana, and Slark all use similar ways of escaping danger. While Puck and Queen of Pain will just blink away, Batrider will turn on his Firefly and make the intruders suffer a lot of damage in case they decide to chase him. Slark, Mirana, Magnus, and Timbersaw will dash away from danger. Timbersaw also has reactive armor, which will give him free regen while being harassed. You can play more aggressively with these heroes, as it's hard to kill them due to their cheap and pretty good escaping mechanisms. Lone Druid is a great offlane hero, since the main hero can stay on the safe distance, while his bear farms for them both. However, keep in mind that his bear gives a massive bounty of 300 gold when killed by an enemy hero, so caution is advised. Windrunner has a pretty good escape ability, which gives her extra movement speed and 100% evasion from right-click attacks. But since she is an intelligence hero, her HP pool is bad, and the first level of her Windrun ability does not last for too long. If she gets stunned only once, she is dead. Her power shot ability makes her a viable offlaner, since she can farm and harass at the same time from a long distance. Clockwork is a similar story. His rocket flare gives him an ability to farm and harass, while his cogs give him a great escaping ability and are also pretty cheap to cast. There are other heroes that could offlane, but the mentioned are among the best. If you end up playing on the offlane, try to pick some of these heroes. Good luck!